Hey guys, Janus here. Welcome to my Q&A series. Today, I'd like to cover a much requested topic known as hard flaccids. Hard flaccid is one of those paradoxical phrases that really only makes sense whenever we start looking at the internal workings of the corpora cavernosum. Behind me here, I've drawn a rudimentary cross-section of a corpora cavernosum and its two distinct chambers. I've included a few additional structures such as collagen wrappings and then the cluster of blood vessels right here up top, but our main focus today is going to be on the spongy matrix of each corpora cavernosum chamber and then the deep cavernous arteries, also known as the helicine arteries. As could be expected, whenever a male experiences engorgement, blood rushes through these two central channels and then radiates outwardly in all directions through the maze of communicable sinusoidal spaces. Given the location of these two arteries, that would mean that the sinusoidal spaces along this outer perimeter near the collagen wrappings would be the furthest possible distance from the center. Secondly, the sinusoidal spaces along this outer perimeter would also be some of the smallest. Now, based on cadaver dissections and Doppler readouts, we know that the cavernous spaces towards the center are the largest and then become progressively smaller as they radiate out further and further, and that this is a hallmark of arterial-based vascular networks, just like a tree. Big branches towards the middle and progressively smaller as they radiate out further. But what exactly does this hallmark of corpora cavernosal tissue and arterial vascular networks have to do with hard flaccids? Behind me here, I've drawn yet again another cross-section of a corpora cavernosum, only this time with a thick band of constricted sinusoidal spaces along its outer perimeter. Whenever the penis undergoes repeated instances of trauma, typically from jelqing, squeezing, or masturbation, it causes a marked degree of vasoconstriction that most strongly affects the distal and smaller sinusoidal spaces near the tunica albuginea, while affecting the more central masses in and around the deep cavernous arteries to a much lesser degree, and what results is a smaller but stiff flaccid member. Given the nature of hard flaccids, this being the constriction along the outer perimeter, out of all the techniques I've discussed, the Angina Method 1.0 is an ideal tool to get blood flow moving through this outer constricted band and speed up recovery. As I've stated in the past, the Angina methods are able to speed up recovery at the lower end and stimulate tissue growth at the higher end. In this given situation, slower strokes would be ideal in order to gently encourage dilation. However, given the reduced sensitivity to nitric oxide in this constricted outer band, expect a somewhat dulled response to blood flow for a few days. The easiest and fastest way to track recovery is the tissue's response. As healing takes effect, the degree of corpora cavernosal relaxation in this outer band will increase significantly. Well guys, that's it for this video. If you have a question that you'd like answered, post it in the comments section below. Also, if you'd like to watch more of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now, and then dive into this playlist. And as always, I'm your host, Janus, signing off.